Thank you for your company. This is the New South Wales Leaders Debate on 7 News. Let's get straight back into the debate. Healthcare is always a big election issue, and vaping has emerged as a key concern for voters, particularly parents. There's a push to tighten restrictions or even criminalise vapes across the country. In New South Wales, they're technically only available by prescription, but there's a booming black market trade out there. Mr. Minns, starting with you, it really is a free-for-all at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah, I am concerned about, I guess, the ease of ability for particularly young people to get access to vapes. We've announced in the last 6 months that we want to make sure that we've got experts around the table to look at this problem, not just in terms of a law enforcement approach, but also communication for parents. This is reasonably recent technology, and I'm not sure parents understand how lethal these particular e-cigarettes can be. We've also announced more money to make sure that e-cigarette detectors are available in New South Wales schools. So at least on school grounds, teachers have got the ability to make sure that kids are following the rules. I think there's been a 700% increase in the amount of vaping in schools in the last couple of years, so we need to do more.
Mr. Perrottet, you did bring in rules to require prescriptions, but is anyone actually checking them? Is it being enforced?
Well, we need to do better because we know whether it's smoking or vaping, it has a real impact. And Chris is right. We're seeing greater take-ups in school-aged children, and we need to continue to make sure our kids don't smoke. We know the significant health impacts that has on children across New South Wales. And at the same time, though, we do know it can help certain people in relation to quitting smoking. So you've got to get the balance right. But at the same time, we shouldn't have products on the black market. We need to make sure that our enforcement agencies are doing their job, and at the same time making sure in schools particularly, we don't have children vaping, and whatever we can do to keep those messages strong, because we know smoking is a real problem for kids and for families, and whatever we can do to improve that, we will.
You mentioned enforcement agencies. Is this a policing issue? Have police been told if they see someone vaping to ask for their script?
Yeah, of course. I mean, we know that we only provide vaping in New South Wales with a prescription, and we need to continue those strong messages for our children. And our health messages are incredibly strong. And we've made a lot of inroads, I believe, as a state and as a country in relation to our smoking rates. But we'll always need to do more, and that's our focus.
Chris, the New South Wales Greens have called for vaping to just be made legal to ease this confusion. Do we need to do that, or do we need to completely outlaw it and actually enforce it?
No, I support the Premier's approach. I thought that was the right decision. Bringing in prescriptions for vaping, Labor would support that in government. I'm not going to knock everything the government does. I thought in relation to that, they made the correct call. They listened to the experts, and I think the Premier's right. I do know people that have had multiple packets of cigarettes a day. They've moved to vaping. They've cut down their usage rate. So it's a vexed issue, and I think that the way that the government's approached it is the right approach for New South Wales.
The reality is you don't need a script, though. I could go to the corner store right now and buy a vape.
Well, that's a question of enforcement in the state. And look, I think that when you move from one regime to another, where it's free and legal and available to everybody, and then move to a prescription model, obviously there's going to be people that don't follow the rules, or perhaps inadvertently are unaware of the rules. We need to make sure communication campaigns are out there so that people understand their obligations under the law. And if they do need help to get off cigarettes, they go and see a doctor first and not their local newsagent.